How to utilize hashtags on Instagram the right way. How can you actually grow your Instagram page starting from scratch and as a complete beginner? How to then turn those followers into actually building a real business and monetizing them. How can you make people buy a product on Instagram? How to build an Instagram agency and get your first paying client for over $3,000 a month. What's the best niche to grow on Instagram in 2019? I don't know what to make my account about, and I don't know how to actually grow it. Because no matter what I do, nothing seems to work. I have tried everything, hashtag, growth hacks, watching every YouTube video, everything in the book, and nothing works. Why? In this video, we answer every single one of your questions from the last Q&A that we did on Instagram, where you guys told me what you wanted to see on this video. And on this video, we're going to show you exactly how you can grow and monetize your Instagram page the right way, or how you can close and find clients for your own Instagram agency business. What is up, online CEOs? My name is Josue Pena, helping you grow and monetize your brand, business, and influence with social media and marketing. And today we have another episode of the Q&A series that we have going on here on YouTube, where we answer your questions. And we go in depth into every single one to show you exactly how you can grow and monetize your own Instagram page, or if you want to build a successful Instagram agency like we have been able to do for ourselves. So the first question comes from Hotels Explorer. How to land one client who pays you $3,000 to spend on influencers. And this question is very, very simple to answer actually. All you really have to do is do two things. Learn who your potential client is and learn how to communicate and sell to that client specifically. So for example, when you're talking to a gym owner and you're trying to do their own Instagram marketing for the local business, it is completely different than as you're talking to, for example, a business owner that owns an e-commerce store. Their needs are probably similar, they just want more leads and sales. But the way you actually perform the service and actually get them more leads and sales, more followers on Instagram is completely different. The basic strategy is the same, but the actual implementation of it is different. So the way you communicate with every single client needs to be tailored to their specific needs, because you cannot treat every single client the same way. Because if you do and you try to cookie cutter every single one, clients are going to see that and you're not going to make any money. So here, what you want to do is make sure you communicate effectively what you're offering and how what you're offering solves their problem and gets them a result. So for example, the gym owner or the e-com brand, doesn't matter. You're gonna go to them and tell them, hey, I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3. And these steps right here are gonna get you this result. The gym owner, all they want is more leads and people walking in their business to actually close them into gym memberships. The e-commerce brand, all they want is more brand recognition, obviously maybe influencers on board, but the most important thing that they want is more sales for their product. So if you're able to communicate in an effective way, tell them, hey, the followers and people that I'm going to be helping expose your brand and your product and service are going to turn into leads and buyers by following this process right here, then the business owners are going to understand what you bring to the table is actually really, really valuable, and they're going to pay you. $3,000 for this exact service is actually pretty normal. And it's not as hard as you might think. We have students right now who are closing $5,000 a month deals back to back to back. And all they're doing is effectively communicating with the business owner itself, telling them what they're offering and showing them exactly how that offer solves their problem and gives them a result. And now you're probably asking, how in the world am I going to actually find the clients and business owners to actually close them? So I'm going to put a link to a video in the description down below or right here up top, where we show you exactly how you can find other business owners to close them for your own Instagram agency. And on top of that, I'm also going to give you a sales script that you can implement right now to actually, when you find those clients, to actually close them right there on the spot. The link to those two videos are going to be in the description down below. Next question, ranking on hashtags and tips of hashtags and how to utilize them. This is actually a question we get quite often. And to answer this in a short format, basically you need to think of hashtags as keywords on Google. Keywords on Google or Instagram tell the platform what your content is about. So your keywords obviously need to be relevant to the content that you're creating and posting on there. You can't just use hashtag car on a picture that is about cats. It does not make any sense whatsoever. But on top of that, you also need to be utilizing hashtags or keywords that you can actually rank in. Because if you utilize hashtags you cannot rank in, then you're trying to fight a battle that you're not going to win. So pick the battles that you can win, meaning pick the right hashtags for your specific account and your niche. And the way you do that is by simply searching on Instagram, hey, hashtag fitness, or hashtag beauty, or hashtag cats. Those are super broad hashtags and top level hashtags. Those hashtags typically have millions and tens of millions of posts on that specific hashtag. So meaning that the competition in order to rank in those hashtags is a lot fiercer than probably other hashtags that are a little bit smaller. So what you need to do is make sure you utilize hashtags that you can actually rank in, meaning the hashtags that are a little bit smaller, while sprinkling in here and there the hashtags that are a little bit bigger. That way you get the benefits of both worlds. And you create what's called a step ladder effect, where basically you have right here base hashtags that you can always rank in, and then right here you have, maybe hashtags you can maybe rank in, and then right here you have hashtags that are a little bit high. But what's going to happen is, as you rank in these ones, and you're going to rank in the second ones, and then as you rank in the second ones, you're going to rank in the third ones, and so on and so forth. We actually have students that are implementing this exact method who are absolutely crushing it in the hashtag game and growing extremely quickly and getting a ton of traffic by utilizing hashtags that you can actually rank in. In my personal opinion, you should utilize hashtags anywhere from 100 to 100,000 users all the way to 700 to 900,000 as a general rule. But obviously you need to make sure you utilize and do the right research in order to find the right hashtags for you. And actually we did another video here on YouTube that just covers specifically hashtags, how to utilize them, how to search them, how to use them, and how to make sure you optimize your hashtags for your specific account in your case. The video is going to be linked in the description down below or right here at the top. Next question, what is the best niche to grow in 2019? And if I'm 100% honest, I don't even want to answer that question because any niche can work on Instagram if you do it the right way. But to actually answer that question, you should always start a niche or go after something with the end in mind. And in my opinion, I am not going to grow a following on Instagram that I cannot make money from, because then it just becomes social vanity and vanity followers. And I personally don't want that. So always start with the end in mind. In my case, I prefer to build a real business using Instagram as a platform or using Instagram followers in order to monetize them. So having said that, what are the easiest ones that you can actually monetize on Instagram in 2019? And here we fall into the 3 evergreen niches: wealth, health, and relationships. Anything that falls under those 3 different categories is usually a very good niche to go after, because it's an evergreen niche that people are always going to try to find new stuff, that people are always buying all the time, and it's just one of those things that will never ever go away. So first, what niche you should go in? Anything in those 3 different niches. Obviously, you probably need to be an expert in any of those 3, but if you're not, do not worry about it. Your niche can also work in that niche. So a few examples in those 3 different niches: something like the wealth, it can be a motivation page, a business page, something about making money, investing. Obviously that niche is very, very crowded, so you probably need to find a new angle, a new way to create content, a new way to position yourself, a new way to differentiate yourself from the rest of the competition. Something in the health space can be something in fitness, keto, diet, whatever. And again, obviously this space is very, very crowded, very competitive. But at the same time, if you're able to create new content, maybe some infographics, new way to create videos. Right now, Instagram TV is blowing up like crazy. Utilize these different little tactics and methods to differentiate yourself from the rest of the competition. You will win, because even though it's very competitive, there's so much traffic in it that at the end of the day, you are going to make money regardless. And number 3, relationships. Another example can be maybe a quote page on relationships. Maybe you are a dating coach. Or maybe you just want to make money and you start creating a relationship page and utilize an affiliate marketing website like ClickBank in order to monetize those followers in the relationship niche. And all you do is take the Instagram page and send traffic to the offer, in this case in ClickBank. And you just make money being an affiliate marketer or just pushing traffic to an offer that just pays you as a commission. You don't have to deal with customer service. You don't have to deal with any delivery. You don't have to deal with any of that. And all you do is send traffic from your Instagram page all the way to ClickBank. But you own the asset, which is the Instagram page right here. So again, any of these 3 different niches can work extremely, extremely well. And you don't even have to be an expert in them, because you can actually monetize those followers that you build in those 3 different niches by pushing traffic from other affiliate marketing offers. We actually break down step by step how you can make $100 a day with a small Instagram following in 2019. And the link to that video is going to be right here at the top or the description down below. In that video, we actually brought on a really successful multi-millionaire called Los, and we broke down step by step how you can actually monetize your own Instagram page and make $100 a day in 2019, even as a complete beginner and without being an expert. This is actually a really good question: how to leverage your time best when you work 40+ hours. I'm guessing that's 40+ hours a week. I'm guessing in this case, you're probably asking because you maybe have a 9-to-5 or a normal job and you're trying to find a way or time to build this entrepreneurship or passion of yours. And you're trying to figure out how you can actually do that while still working and how you can leverage your time in the best way possible. The easiest answer for me here is that you have more time than you think. Let's break it down to step. 40 hours a week on a 9-to-5 is 8 hours a day, but only from Monday to Friday. So that means that you have the weekends completely free. But let's assume that you don't have the weekends and you want to take the weekends off, which I do not suggest if you're actually trying to build a business, because what the heck, like you're trying to build something and not put in the work. But let's assume for whatever reason you have another job in the weekends. So you're working more than 40 hours a week, let's say 60, and the 20 hours are divided in the weekend. But let's just take the weekdays Monday through Friday. You get 8 hours of sleep in order to get a good night's sleep. You work 8 hours a day, that is 16 hours out of the 28-hour period. Let's assume you have a 1-hour commute to your work. That adds another 1 or 2 hours, which means 17 to 18 hours. But you still have 6 hours left. Let's assume you take 2 to 3 hours to eat, be with your family, whatever. That means you are left by the end of the day with 2 to 3 hours completely free that you can utilize right now in order to build something that lasts. And here is the part where people mess up the most. They utilize those 2 to 3 hours just to lay around the house, rest, watch Netflix, and not do anything. They wander around YouTube watching video after video and not taking any action whatsoever. And all they do is have the expert or the teacher or the mentor talk in their ear and tickling them, and they think it feels good. And they think they're making progress because they're learning, but they're not applying what they're learning whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong, you do not only need to work harder, but you need to work smarter. In order to work smarter, you obviously need to learn. But if you are watching video after video, buying course after course, reading book after book, and not implementing absolutely anything, then you are just wasting your time. Librarians do not have Lamborghinis. Why? Because librarians have access to all the knowledge in the world in books, but they do not apply any of that knowledge themselves to their lives. The people who have the Lamborghinis or the things that you want and that you look up to are the people who actually implement and take action fast. They learn something today and a few hours later or tomorrow they're implementing it. So become an implementer and take action. Everything that you see here on these videos on YouTube that I'm teaching you completely for free work. I've had hundreds of testimonials, I'm just gonna have a few of them right here, of people that have actually seen our stuff for free, have made $15,000 in 24 hours, have grown tremendous amounts of following on Instagram. And every single day we get testimonials like this, because even our free content is extremely valuable if you apply it. If you just hear me talk about it, it doesn't work because you are not working. But if you actually take it and apply it for your own self, it's going to work. So I just went on a rant. But let's go back to the question, how you can actually leverage your time if you're working 40 plus hours or 50 plus hours. The answer is break your day into steps or in your calendar and block times where you are solely focused on that specific task. If you focus 2 to 3 hours every single day, 21 hours a week times 52 weeks is over 1,000 hours in 1 year, 100% focused towards one goal. Now let me ask you something. If you spend and invest and focus 100 hours of your time into learning a skill, implementing that skill and going after it, even when you come into obstacles and you figure it out, if you invest 1,000 hours in the next year, do you think that you're gonna have results? Yes, you are. So make sure you take your calendar out, break your day up, and find the time to actually go and implement the stuff that you are learning. And that's how you leverage your time and build a side hustle that's probably gonna give you a lot more money than your normal job. But in my opinion, you should not quit your normal job because that's actually how you pay the bills. So until you don't have the discipline and the income on this side hustle, don't quit your job and don't be stupid. I know people who have done it and have been successful. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it's an unnecessary risk and pressure that you're putting on yourself. So just focus 2 to 3 hours a day. Super simple. Stop watching Netflix. Stop watching freaking Billions and Game of Thrones and implement the stuff you are learning right now. And that's how you leverage your time, by working even a 9 to 5 or over 40 hours a week. Next question, product beauty marketing. I'm guessing you're asking how to market a beauty product on Instagram. And this is actually one of the simplest and easiest niches there ever is. And also one of my favorite ones as well. Actually selling to women in general is one of my favorite things because women buy more than men on a typical basis. They are typically more emotional, and usually purchases made with emotion are a lot simpler to do. So how do you market your beauty products on Instagram the right way? You can actually do this even with a small following. And the simplest thing you can actually do is just send your beauty product to the actual influencer and pay them, okay? Stop trying to be cheap. If you're trying to build a real business, you actually gotta pay to play. You have to put in either time or money in order to grow the business. And if you wanna grow faster, just put in the money. The people who try to cut corners and try to, like, every single penny, are not the people who are really, really successful. But going back to our example, just take your beauty product, eyelashes, makeup, whatever the case may be, and send it to a beauty influencer. Ideally, I suggest using micro influencers, influencers that are beneath 10,000 followers at the beginning when you're starting out, because they're going to be a lot cheaper, a lot easier to reach out to. They're going to be stoked that you're sending them free product. And you're probably also going to review it for free and make videos with it. So just send them the product and tell them, hey, can you do some Instagram stories, maybe some Instagram posting, Instagram TV, definitely, and just tag us in your pictures and put the link in your bio. We'll even give you a commission with every single product that you sell. That's something super, super simple and super easy that you can start doing right now in order to increase your traffic and market your beauty products on Instagram. Now, the next step and the next layer of that is actually running paid traffic or Instagram ads. And this is something extremely powerful, and very few people are actually taking advantage of this. And the way you do that is simply by going to business.facebook.com, utilizing the normal business Facebook ad manager, and simply putting the placement instead of Facebook, putting it on Instagram. And also you can just simply retarget the followers on your own page, or even retarget the followers on the influencer or micro influencer pages that you are utilizing. Your conversions will literally go off the roof by simply utilizing this little method. So not only you are sending the product to the actual micro influencer, on top of that, you're also retargeting those influencers' followers with your product and service. So your conversions are going to go off the roof because the influencer just promoted your product, and then those same people are going to get retargeted with that product over and over again. So the follower from that micro influencer, which is a potential buyer, will go through the KLTV process, or the know, like, and trust, in order to buy extremely fast, because not only did micro influencer promote it, but you also retargeted the heck out of them until the end of the earth, and it was extremely cheap because you're utilizing Instagram ads, which right now are golden. And there's several other things that you can actually start doing as well when it comes to marketing your beauty products on Instagram. Maybe utilizing giveaways, utilizing bigger influencers, spending more money on ads, building funnels, retargeting lists, email marketing, all the crazy stuff in when it comes to marketing. But just to keep it super, super crazy simple, make sure you're starting with micro influencers, retarget those followers, and make sure you have a good converting offer, meaning with Shopify or ClickFunnels or whatever. So every single lead and potential buyer that comes through the funnel actually converts into a buyer, which is ultimately what you want. Now, question for you. What is your biggest struggle when it comes to your own Instagram marketing? Maybe it's growing your own page, maybe it's monetizing, maybe you're not sure how to actually get clients for your own Instagram agency. Maybe you are 14, 18, you're just trying to get started, or maybe you are a senior and a little bit older and don't understand this whole social media thing and this Instagram thing, and that all these kids like me and whatever are utilizing. I want to know how I can help and serve you, so make sure you just comment down below what is your biggest struggle when it comes to Instagram marketing, and we will be selecting a random winner from the people who comment and answer that simple question in the comment below to actually do a giveaway where we're going to give away a full vacation for 2 people, and that will be announced in my Instagram stories. So again, all you have to do is answer this simple question: what is your biggest struggle when it comes to Instagram marketing? And the best, more thorough answer is going to get a complimentary resort for 2, and the winners will be announced on my Instagram stories. If you haven't watched our previous video where we show you exactly how to grow over 10,000 followers in an extremely short amount of time, make sure you click this video right here where I actually show you step by step how you can actually do that in 2019.